Hello, this is Amber with WaveRez, and today we're going to continue our calendar controls tutorial series. So today we are going to cover schedule settings, and this will be two-part. Schedule settings will come first, and then open-close schedules will be in pair with this one. So to get to schedule control, you would go to Settings, Calendar Control, and Schedule Settings. It's going to bring you to the schedule control. From here, you would select your activity, your schedules, and you can select only enabled or only disabled schedules if you don't want to select manually. I do recommend though selecting manually just to make sure that you have all grounds covered. Date ranges, you'd select the date range in which you want to make the schedule edits to. And essentially what this is going to allow you to do is adjust your minimum and maximum counts per time for a specific date range. Now, where this would be handy is if, say, 1 week you're only offering a limited amount of tickets per a specific time, you can reduce that just for a week for this particular trip. So we're going to go ahead and select a few times here so you can see what this looks like through, a week and a half or so. We just leave all days selected instead, unless we're trying to edit, specific days only, then we can just select, for instance, just select Wednesday, would only edit Wednesdays through this date range. We're just going to leave all of these selected and then hit edit. So here we can disable the schedule altogether, and essentially if you were on your matrix view and you click the slider for a specific time, this is what that does. It just disables that schedule. So you can do this in mass from schedule settings. If you want to do that for a month long or even just a few days, it's much easier to do it from schedule control than it would be to go to each individual day and click, for instance, 9 and 10 a.m. to turn them off every day. So you can disable them from here. Just go ahead and hit your down arrow. We'll fill everything below, and that is going to disable all of that current selection. Now, if you want to adjust your minimum tickets, most people don't have minimum tickets set. Sometimes that's a parasailing thing, but you can adjust your minimum tickets for a date range. A maximum tickets you can also select for a date range, and this is by time. We also have an equipment control that allows you to limit tickets by equipment other than time, and those can be different for different circumstances. We would recommend something like that. But for here, you would just make your edits. We can set max tickets, set it to 10, fill all the below, make changes, redirect. It's going to say it's valid because there aren't any actual schedules, but I think because I disabled them in a previous video, but you would actually have these white boxes below. It would make the changes, redirect back to your schedule control page where you can move on to another time to select it, or another trip and select it and make some more edits. See, this is what it looks like when there are actually schedules available. So you would just make the changes you need to make, hit make changes, redirect. It's going to take you back to that schedule control. Just don't forget to hit your down arrow, because if you do, just type in, for instance, 5 here, and I hit make changes, redirect, it's not going to fill anything below, so it's not actually going to make any changes. So you would have to make sure you apply to all items below, and it's going to add that 5 everywhere so that we can actually make those changes. And that is going to set a minimum of 5 tickets per sale.